So billionaire and Trump advisor Elon Musk headlined a town hall last night in support of the conservative candidate running for the open seat on Wisconsin's Supreme Court. The election is tomorrow and will be the first ballot box test of Musk's political influence in Trump's second term. For much of the night, Musk focused on defending the work of DOJ, but he did touch on the importance of Wisconsin's Supreme Court race. Take a listen.
What's happening on Tuesday is a vote for which party controls the U.S. House of Representatives. That is why it is so significant. And whichever party controls the House, it to a significant degree controls the country, which then steers the course of Western civilization. So it's like, I feel like this is one of those things that may not seem that it's going to affect the entire destiny of humanity, but I think it will. No pressure. Yeah. So, it's a super big deal, and the fact that I'm here in person, like, I'm not phoning it in. I'm here in person.
So I would just say there are some people who do not believe that a race for judge in the state of Wisconsin determines the future of humanity and Western civilization. Perhaps an overstatement. But do not tell that to some people in Washington, D.C., because explain how this Wisconsin Supreme Court race, and we have them every couple of years, it seems, like how it takes on such like oversized proportions.
Yeah, it really does. And it's in this year, it's because it's timing. It's our first real electoral test of the new administration. What does the country think of the job that President Trump is doing? And again, I'm with you. Elon Musk might be overstating it there, but this is it's a helpful snapshot. You know, these off-years elections, you will get the New Jersey governor race, Virginia governor race. Those always take some import as well. And now this Supreme Court seat in Wisconsin, which, of course, a major battleground state as well. So this is a 50-50 electorate. Yeah. Wisconsin's about as close as it gets in the nation. So we will see what the early signs are. But it's also becoming, which should be noted, a referendum on Elon Musk.
Yeah, I was going to say, you brought up President Trump. This is on Elon Musk.
So much of the headlines generated from Trump has become of Musk and Doge, and now he has waded in there with his money and showing up last night. That I think Republicans think Musk will excite their voters. Democrats think Musk will excite their voters.
All right, joining us now, Wisconsin Democratic Party Chairman Ben Winkler.
Can we get that in a loop, please, TJ?
No.
You didn't start with this?
No, we did.
Seriously?
We did.
Wow.
You started with the Western civilization
I tried to
talk?
ignore it.
This is
loop.
Maybe he's right.
How does the Democratic Party, in this case, stand up to Musk's money, that image, and how's the race looking?
Well, in a sense, this is a colossally important race because it determines whether Elon Musk can buy courts. And the reason why this is at stake is that Brad Schimmel, the Republican candidate, a Republican-backed candidate, is trying to sell the Wisconsin State Supreme Court. You know, nationally, Elon Musk and Donald Trump are threatening to impeach judges. They are ignoring judicial orders. If they can just go in and buy whatever court, whatever office they want, we have an even higher level of crisis in our system of democracy in this country. Voters don't like Elon Musk. He is incredibly unpopular in Wisconsin. And Susan Crawford, when she's on the campaign trail, she talks about her own background as a prosecutor and as a judge defending Planned Parenthood when she was a private attorney. Then she says, now let me tell you about my opponent, Elon Musk. And the crowd roars. This is going to be an election that shows that Elon Musk can come in with whatever amount of money he wants, but voters are rejecting the total corruption of our system that Brad Schimmel and Elon Musk represent.
Ben, this race is already the most expensive judicial race in American history, I believe. Talk about how that money is being spent on the ground. What are you seeing the money flow coming in from the left and from the right? And what kind of ads are up on the airwaves? And we know about Elon's stunt with the $1 million, but what else is happening there on the ground in this big money election?
So Elon Musk has handed out $3 million checks. We don't know how many millions of dollars he's on the hook for people who signed his petition. He's given $3 million to the Wisconsin Republican Party, its biggest gift ever. And he spent $20 million on super PACs, some of them running ads all over the state, and some of them hiring people from Texas to come to Wisconsin and knock on doors. On the other side, more than 175,000 people have given to Susan Crawford's campaign. The Democratic Party of Wisconsin, we've been able to break our own spring fundraising records. We have thousands of volunteers knocking on doors today and tomorrow. wisdems.org/volunteer. You can help out. We have ads on the air, and if you look at the Crawford ads, they're about abortion and reproductive freedom. They're about Musk and corruption and Brad Schimmel's history of giving sweet plea deals to people whose lawyers gave contributions to his campaign. This corruption is nothing new for him. Schimmel's ads are all just about Trump endorsing Schimmel and wanting to advance Trump's agenda, which is not the job of a judge. This is a kind of corruption of the idea of our judiciary. It's not a rubber stamp for a would-be autocrat. It's supposed to be independent, making decisions about what the law and the Constitution says. That's what Susan Crawford represents.
And talk about some of the main issues involved. It seems with this Wisconsin race, every time there's a Supreme Court race, you always have redistricting fights that are involved there, voters' rights in there. Can you just go down the list and, how Republicans and Democrats see these issues that are most at stake in this race?
Absolutely. So Wisconsin had the worst gerrymander in the country, both in the congressional maps and the state legislative maps. In 2023, Janet Protasiewicz won, and Republicans tried to impeach her to stop her from considering whether the maps were unconstitutional. They were. The state legislative maps have been redrawn. We have fair maps now where both sides have an equal shot. But the congressional maps have not been looked at yet by the court. And they are now giving Republicans 6 out of the 8 congressional seats in a 50-50 state. So when Elon Musk talks about the fate of the House, what he's talking about is locking in a gerrymander, preventing any conceivable review of whether these maps are constitutional or not.
I want to underline that really quickly, Ben. So Wisconsin is a 50-50 state. I don't think there's a state that's closer, actually. And you look and see, I think President Trump won Wisconsin by 0.6, maybe 0.8%, in an extraordinarily tight race. And it is the ultimate 50-50 state in America, but you're saying the congressional maps are so gerrymandered that Republicans are given 6 out of the 8 congressional seats there? Why that shifts the balance of power, of course, improperly because of gerrymandering to one side.
That's exactly right. We're the only state where 5 of the last 7 presidential races has come down to less than 1 percentage point. And Republicans have 75% of our congressional seats because of this gerrymander. It was put in place essentially by the previous far-right Supreme Court. And now, if there's still a pro-democracy majority, we don't know what the outcome of any lawsuit would be. There is no case about congressional gerrymandering. But we know that Elon Musk is terrified about the idea of even reviewing whether this hyper-gerrymander is constitutional and passes muster. They want to lock in control regardless of what voters say. And that is also a problem for our democracy. So that's why Elon Musk is saying the future of Western civilization depends on it. He apparently thinks the future of Western civilization depends on Republican hyper-gerrymandering, and he's willing to spend $26+ million to buy Wisconsin Supreme Court, install Brad Schimmel, to prevent any possibility of consideration of democracy.